Hi, this is our Beginners Pilates class. So I've just got a mat on the floor. You can have it facing the screen. I've just got it this way because that's the space I've got and I've got to film it in this direction. I like to do it on a soft surface like the carpet. So if you don't have a mat, the carpet's fine. Maybe put a towel down. And I do it in bare feet so that I don't slip because I stick to the mat, but you can keep your socks on by all means. You could do it in trainers. It is better to do it in bare feet. Okay, we'll just get some music on. Just background music. Okay. So first we're going to stand and bring your heels together. Okay. I just want you to separate the heels and the feet. So your feet are now lining up. The middle toes lining up under the knees and the patella all the way up to the hip bones, okay? And when we do Pilates, we always want to work in a neutral spine. So to find that, I'll just stand sideways on. So you've got your feet in the right position and just ground yourself forward and back on the feet, okay? I'll just turn to face again. And we just want to lengthen from the tip of our head, and we just ground and lengthen. And then we're going to find our neutral spine by tilting the pelvis all the way forward and all the way back. Okay? Also, this helps to loosen off and warm up, so we do a few of these just to start. So the neutral spine is somewhere in the middle of all the way forward and all the way back, so it's just that centre point. Okay, so point A is all the way forward, point C is all the way back, neutral's that middle. So it's the safest point to keep your core at, and safest for your lower back. So you're just protecting your back as you exercise, okay? A lot of people come to Pilates with back problems, so we try to help you to work safely. Okay, so forward and back, so a little warm up as well. And then come into neutral, so that's your middle point, and just lift the hips side to side. So we think about always lengthening and stretching. Okay, so we're lengthening through the hip, good. Up, down. One, heel up, lift the hips. And then we can circle, which is a nice stretch. And then change direction. Keep the knees soft, we don't want to lock the joints out. And then, oh, we've got some clicks, come up back into neutral. So I just mentioned about the joints, we want to soften through the knees, okay, so we're not locking out the joints. And then sort of start to clench the muscles slightly, so the muscles in the legs are active, the muscles in the bum become active, so you feel like you're using your muscles rather than just being on your joints. Good, okay, and then just start to rise up onto your toes and let the arms float up as you do so. Okay, good. And I want you to breathe out as you lift your arms. So we get a little breathing pattern going. Inhale, whoop, and going back. Exhale, good. So that's another thing we touch on in Pilates, that one of the principles is balance. So I've just showed you that there when I wobbled. So it's normal to wobble a lot of balance moves. Okay, so this is getting your balance going straight away, and your breath, good. Exhale, lift the arms. Bring the feet back down and just roll the shoulders back. And again, think about growing tall. Rolling them back, and then start to roll them forward. And just think about what feels best, rolling them back or rolling them forwards, and then take them back again. Good. chin down, so a little stretch on the neck, and then take it to the side. And then looking up, open the mouth to just release the jaw and down. So we don't want to hyperextend the neck, we just look up and down. Okay, so another thing with the Pilates is a good breath pattern. So what we want to use is diaphragmatic breathing. So we'll just go through that now. If you pop your hands onto your rib cage, okay, so a lot of times we are in a shallow breathing pattern. We're not taking full breaths in. So I'm going to do that just now, and it's really good for you. It's really calming and really relaxing. Okay, so breathe in through the nose. And I want you to think about that breath filling down into your rib cage, so you feel the ribs expand. That's why we have the hands there. And then breathe out and feel the ribs draw back in as that air all leaves. Okay, so do it again. Inhale, those ribs expand. Exhale, draw in. Inhale. Exhale. So think about it like a superhero. That's what I felt like there when I see myself. Inhale, your ribs puff and expand, so it's a deep breath, and then exhale. So that's what diaphragmatic breathing is. It's coming into the diaphragm, deeper than you would normally breathe, and then exhale. So we just try and think about that breathing pattern. Inhale and exhale. Okay. And what we want to do with the tummy while we exhale is brace it. So we draw our tummy muscles in. Okay. So let's start with the breath. Inhale and then draw the belly in, and then exhale as you draw it in. So that's a few things to think about. So we'll try that again. Inhale into the ribs. Draw the belly in like you're putting on tight jeans. Zip them up and then breathe out. So you still sort of have that tummy drawn in slightly. We're not sucking it in. We don't want to be in pain. We inhale. It's like putting a corset on or a big belt or the tight jeans round. So that's got that brace, and we exhale. So when your tummy's braced, the reason for that as well is it protects the lower back. Okay, good. So we can start to lift the leg up and down. We breathe in, exhale. So keep that connection on the core, keep the tight jeans or the corset on. Breathe into the rib cage. Good. Change leg. So as you can see, we've got our balance. Don't worry if you wobble. You can always hold on to the wall or bring a chair over as long as it's sturdy. So we just lift the knee, lift the leg. Good. Well done. Feet back into your starting Pilates position. And then lift and take the leg out to the side. Okay, so lift, circle it out. Good. Out, out, down. Lift, out, down. Change leg. Lovely. And then squat down. So Pilates squat, we sit the bottom down and the hands come forward. We inhale at the top, we exhale as the hands float up. Let's do two more. Then lift that femur up and down. Let's do two more. and then take it out to the side, lift, side, lift, 2 more, side, lift, last one. So your supporting legs getting a little bit of a workout as well. Lift the femur, 2 more, and then lift, take it out to the side, 2 more, lift, side, well done. Give yourself a little pedal. We'll take it back to the arms, so we're going to let the arms float up and open. Draw the shoulder blades together and release. Okay, so we're wakening up the back muscles. Open, squeeze them together. So in Pilates we work on a lot of the small muscles that help your posture. So it's ideal if you do a lot of sitting down, working or relaxing, whatever. The back muscles can get a little bit neglected. Good. Take them up, open, and just give them a little pulse back together. It's just sort of reminding them to waken up so you feel your back. Good. Roll the shoulders back. And then we're going to do a little flow. So we're going to open the arms and ripple forward. So we've got a little curve in the spine and open it out and nice and strong. Okay, ripple forward. Keep the knees, that little soft bend in the knees, and your muscles strong in your thighs and your glutes, so you're protecting that lower back. Light connection on the abdominals, good. And then reach the arms out and take a side bend over. Got that stretch. Keep the knees soft. Using those glute muscles, gently squeezing them. Excellent. Roll big circles with the arms. Think about the back muscles. Take one back. And the other side for 2. And then bring your hands to the front, open round. So we've got a rotation of the mid back. Keep the hips to the front, just rotate the upper body. Lovely. And then let's take it back into squat, just make sure the feet are lining up under the hips again. Inhale, exhale, squat down. Squeeze the glutes as you stand up, so you feel it down on the back of the legs mostly. Good. 2 more. And raise up onto your toes. Inhale, exhale, lift. Should be getting warm now. We're going to take our leg into a swim leg, so we're going to take it back. Whoa! So it's like a little swim leg. Hip extension as that leg goes back. Good. Last one, change leg. So you've got that grounding into the supporting leg to keep you nice and stable. Well done, and we're going to squat down. Tilt the pelvis forward slightly, squeeze the glutes. Do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to do a stretch out to the side, so we've got lateral flexion through the waist. Excellent. Breathe out as you reach away from the body. And just take your hands onto your shoulders and give them some rotations. And then forward. Okay, and then just bring the feet into a different position. So we're going to take the heels out to the back, the toes point in, okay? And this is just going to give us a different squat now. So we come down, the knees come down in a bit more together. Okay, so it's not your normal squat. Down, squeeze. 4, 3. Just feel different muscles working. 2, and 1. And then take the heels in and the toes out. So we come into a plie and we squat down. Okay, good. Squeeze those inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet back into our starting Pilates position. Squat down. Squeeze. Squeeze the glutes. Well done. And we're going to do a half roll down. So we stand up nice and tall to start. Shoulders lift, chest lift. Tummy slightly connected. And we roll down towards the knees. Rounding the spine, bend the knees, and then lengthen the spine through the tip of the head, and then round it back up. Good. And again, roll down halfway, lengthen, and roll it up. Good. Roll down halfway, lengthen, round. Roll down, lengthen out. And while we're here, extend your right arm forward, thumb to the ceiling, and then take the left arm forward, thumb to the ceiling, and circle the arms back. And roll yourself up. Good. Roll down, extend the arm, swim it back, and then take both arms forward, thumbs to the ceiling, swim them back round, roll up. Let's do that again. Roll down, one arm, round, double arms, circle them round, and roll up, and again, roll down, single, and then double, and roll it back up. Well done. We're going to take it down onto the mat next, or onto your floor, onto your rug. So to do that, we'll do a full roll down. Okay. If you do have some back conditions that have been diagnosed by the doctor, and they've told you to avoid forward flexion, osteoporosis, things like that, you should avoid these, but you will have been told to avoid too much of this movement. So if you have got that, just come down onto the floor without doing the full roll down. So just a little warning, this is intended for people who can do this move. Okay, so roll it down. So if you've got any pain doing this, don't do it, and walk out into a plank. Okay. If you're not sure about a full plank, just take yourself onto your knees. Okay, so there's always that option of being on your knees. If you've got bad knees, don't come down onto your knees. Let's try and stay in a plank if you can. Or just sit down onto your bottom. It's up to you. And we sit back into, it's called a shell pose. I call it child's pose because that's what it is in yoga as well. So we'll call it child's pose, but it could be a shell. And then back into a stretch. So this stretches out the shoulders. It's a lovely stretch. And while we're here, we'll take it round to the side. Pop your hand on top of the other. So you feel that stretch. Take it round the other way. One hand on top of the other. Excellent. And now we come into a tabletop position. So the back is your table, and you want to make the spine long from the tip of the head right out through past the coccyx, okay? So no head down, we draw the head up, and we want to think about using the back muscles, so we're not just putting all our weight into our wrists. So really extend up through the shoulder blades, draw your tummy in so you can lift, so it's a bit softer on the wrists, okay? So this is good for the wrists because we are weight bearing, but we don't want to put our full weight down, so use your upper body and your core to lift. Okay. So from this position, we want to work on our core stability by taking our left leg out, okay? So we're now in a 3-point kneeling position. So we have to use our tummy muscles to stabilise us. Point the toes down to the floor, which is a foot flexed position. And then just gently tap the floor with the toes and bring it up and down. Squeeze the bum muscles, the glute muscles as you lift. So you feel like you're lengthening the leg and squeezing gently in the muscles. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Come back to the start position. Take the right leg out. Toes point down to the floor, so the leg's nice and active there. Point it down, squeeze it up, down and up, down, up, down, up. So this might be very easy looking to some people, but to other people, you've really got to work on that core stability. Roll up and give your wrist a little circle. So if you are looking you're quite stable, just really focus on lengthening the muscles, okay? Come back, and we're going to do it again. We're going to take the leg out. So if you feel quite stable here in your 3 points, you can take it to 2 points and by extending the arm, okay? Keep your thumb up to the ceiling so that lengthens the arm and engages the muscles from the shoulder all the way down, okay? And start to tap the hand and the toe down and lift. So if you're lucky and this feels easy to you, I want you to focus on really lengthening the muscles. Okay, so imagine you've got one child at the front pulling that arm and one at the back pulling the leg and lengthening it, and change side. If you're not very stable, just stick with the legs. So we've got options. Lengthen that arm. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Give the wrists a little circle. We'll do one more. Take it out. Thumb up. Toes point down. Point it down. Up. Lift through the shoulder. It looks easy, but if you're doing it properly, you do feel it. 3, 2, 1. Keeping that core stable is the aim here. So if you're not very strong through your core, you will be wobbling by now all over the place. 3, 2, 1. Good. Little wrist rolls, and then we'll take ourselves onto our back. Okay, roll hands just under your thighs and roll yourself down, nice and gentle. Good. And lift the legs up now into tabletop position. Okay, keep your head nice and relaxed. And to engage the abdominals here, what you need to do is make sure your legs aren't too close into the body. So to do that, get the heel of the hands and just press, straighten the arms out and your legs here, forces your tummy down so your muscles are engaged, okay? So imagine that girdle coming on, it pulls your core in, your legs are out, so right here we are engaging our muscles, okay? And from here, you can keep your hands here if you like to remind, or you can put them at the side. Just tap the toes down. So we've got toe taps. So you feel that working through the abdominals. Think about the muscles we're working. Pull the core, tummy muscles down into the mat. Keep them in that neutral position. Good, and then hug the knees into the chest. So that was toe taps. And now we're going to take it into a leg slide. So we come back into our starting position. And then take the heel and slide it out and in. So we're not sliding it along the floor. It's just a couple inches off the floor. Slide it out and in. Focus on maintaining that neutral spine as you slide the leg. Good. And hug the knees into the chest and just give yourself a little rock side to side. And then we're going to do a knee drop. So bring your legs back into the start position. Okay, your spine is in neutral. Hands just out of the side, so they're not outstretched, they're just a little bit lower than the shoulders. And then drop the knees down to the side and roll it back in. And then the other side. So it's a little stretch. Good. Center, roll. Imagine there's like a little ball between your legs, so you've got that space. Good. And then come back into the start position. And we're going to take a knee. We've done our knee rolling side to side. We're going to drop one knee down and bring it back in. Okay, and then the other side, bring it back in. So this is working our core as we draw it back in. The pelvic floor is working as you lift that leg. We could bring our arms in now, so we could pec deck the arms. Okay, so we squeeze the chest muscles together as we drop the leg down into our knee drop. Good. We're going to do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Hug the knees into the chest and bring yourself up. Okay, we're going to take ourselves into a half roll back. So we just sit up on the sit bones, lengthen up through the tip of the head, take the arms out, okay, chest is up, and we roll back. So we're just making a C shape. You could put a little cushion if you've got one under your back and roll up. Back. Good. So you feel that in the core. Okay. And then start to take your arm out to the side. One more each side. Well done. Sit yourself up. And then roll back and extend the arm behind. Good. And then bring the hands together. I'm going to take the elbow down, centre. So think about making that C shape still with the spine. Focus on the core. Down and up. Down and up. Okay. One more each side. Excellent, well done. And then just lengthen the legs out in front of you. Take a breath in. Nice and tall, inhale, and then exhale, stretch towards your toes. Keep your chest lifting, and then roll it back up. Okay, inhale, exhale. So you feel the stretch in the back of the legs, and we're just aiming for those toes, keeping the chest lifting. And again, inhale, so we use the breath and breathe out. So now we get a little bit closer to the toes, possibly. Could be just getting further down the legs, but use your breath. Good. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale over. Good. And then just gently sit yourself up. Cross leg. Left hand onto the floor, right hand, stretch, lifting out through the waist and the other side. Good. One more. Okay. Bring your palms together. Nice elongation through the head, tall posture. Inhale, exhale, rotate round. Roll your shoulders back, take your chin down to your chest, and look up, down, and then just side, very gentle, little side stretch, and then bring yourself up, roll yourself up, roll the shoulders back, and that's us done for today. Okay, so little introduction to our classes that we do every Wednesday now at 5 o'clock on Zoom. Okay, thank you.